What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm here, Matt, and hope you're all doing great. So yeah, our preseason has come to an end, and all I'm going to say is it's just preseason. I don't want us to panic yet. It's a new manager. It's basically a kind of like a new team because we changed a few faces. We shouldn't panic yet. We shouldn't panic yet. But yeah, I didn't do any video on the preseason. Some of the games I couldn't watch. Some of them I just watched highlights, so I didn't feel it was right to make videos on them. I watched the last game. The last game was okay, it was good, but let's have some thoughts on some of our performances and what I think some of the issues are. I'm not a tactical person. I'm not really a tactical person, but I've read some articles, I've watched some of the highlights, and I've put together some points about our preseason. So yeah, let's get straight into it. We played 6 games in the preseason. 5 of them we played in the USA, and then the 6th one we played Stamford Bridge yesterday. It wasn't the best. It wasn't the best preseason. I don't want to call it bad because yes, it was bad, but like I said, it's a new team, it's a new manager. They are beginning to get used to the team. Some of our issues that we have with last season, some of them were still there, but I think it's good that he saw them first and Maresca saw them first. And so our preseason started against Wrexham, where we drew 2-2. It wasn't the best of games, and it wasn't bad either. And then we moved on to Celtic, where we lost 4-1 against Celtic. Very, very bad game. So many missed chances for at the back. And yeah, I mean, Celtics were better than us. They are the Scottish champions, so it makes sense. It makes sense that they were better than us, but it still wasn't a good game to watch. And then we moved to Club America. We won 3-0 convincingly. Club America had some opportunities where I felt like they should have at least scored 1 or 2, but they also missed chances, and we are grateful for that they couldn't take their chances. But we had a tougher test ahead of us, where we played Man City and we lost 4-2. They completely dominated the game. The game was theirs. We were able to salvage 2 goals. Drake and Sterling pulled 2 goals back, but they had already dominated. Alan scored a hat-trick, and there was nothing we could do. They are miles better than us. They are much better than us. It makes me worry, especially the way we played against them. It makes me worry because we're going to play them in the first game of the season, and it's not a game that I'm looking forward to. It's not a game I don't want us to start our season with a loss. I don't want us to start our season with a negative performance. I want us to really put some seriousness into this game. I know this is preseason, but I want us to put some seriousness into the opener of the season. And then after that, we played Real Madrid, and we lost again 2-1 against Real Madrid. It wasn't a good game. I mean, especially defensively, Badia Shield. It was so bad. And their second goal, their striker beat our keeper, and then was able to slot it in at a very acute angle, but Badia Shield was close to it. So a lot of us were thinking that at least throw yourself the ball, at least try to clear it or something Thiago Silva would have done, something John Terry, Carvalho, those players that we've had, like big defenders that we've had at the club, they would have done. But regardless of whether it was a preseason or not, I've seen Thiago Silva playing in preseason, and it gives us all as if he's playing a regular season, but they actually just walked calmly and couldn't care less. I mean, couldn't care at all. So I mean, I don't know why we are selling a player like Chaloba and we are keeping Badiashile. It baffles me. It still baffles me, but I don't know. Badiashile started so well too at Chelsea, so I had a lot of hopes for him. I was hoping that he was the one player from AS Monaco where we were not going to get scammed. I seemed like we got scammed. I think the Sassy too was also from there. The Sassy is on the fence still. I don't know with him yet, but still, our defense across board without Thiago Silva in the defense was horrible. We'll talk more about it. But yeah, and then we played the last game yesterday against Inter Milan, where we drew 1-1. That game was better. Yes, their goal was a bit easy to concede. Like, I don't think we should have allowed them to pass the ball through our defense like they did. The pass was played behind Cole, and he couldn't reach on time, and it was a beautiful goal from Thuram. Very beautiful strike from Thuram. Sanchez couldn't do anything about it. That was earlier on in the game, and then we scored later in the game from Leslie Ogochukwu. Very good strike from him. I think he secured the first goal for Chelsea. Be it preseason, he hasn't done one officially, but still, it was a good goal from him. So we ended up preseason with 2 draws, 1 win, and 3 losses. It's not the best preseason. I mean, Chelsea in recent years, anytime we have poor preseason, it reflects in our season itself. But I'm hoping it doesn't do that this time. So yeah, let's go straight to points that were major talking points throughout our preseason. Let's get straight into it. So I'll start with our defensive difficulties, our defensive errors. Throughout the game, even the games that we won, you could see that we had difficulties in maintaining possession at the back and trying to pass out from the back. It was very difficult for us. Usually we're found wanting. Sometimes we made mistakes that fell back to the hands of the opposition, like when we played against City. Haaland's second goal, I think, the ball just fell to Haaland, trying to pass for the back, big, and Haaland was never going to miss that. Even before that, we made an error in the beginning that led to the first penalty, and that was also a defensive error. And then the one I mentioned earlier about Badiashile against Real Madrid, to another defensive issue. I mean, I don't know whether it is them adjusting to Maresca's style of play, because Maresca's style takes time. Even when you see from Leicester last season in the Championship, it takes time. They pass from the back and they slowly build up to the front. I think our players are probably, they're not well equipped enough to do that. They have not learned it yet, but gradually they are learning it, because I saw them try it in the Inter game and it worked. It worked. They tried to pass from the back. It worked. Against Club Americana too, it worked. But I feel like when the opposition are pressing us, when the opposition are piling pressure on the defense, that is where they fumble. They fumble a lot in that defense. And I feel like the defense really needs some serious work. It's really needs some serious work. I don't know whether it's what we need. It's an experienced defender, somebody who can take leadership in that defensive role. I was really hoping Trevor Chalobah will be the one, but they are shipping him out. I don't know what that whole issue is. I'll do another video after this one, sending out transfers. So far, the transfer window hasn't ended yet, so we can make new transfers, but I want to talk about our transfers so far. So I was hoping that we maybe Adarabioyo coming in, partner with Trevor Chalobah, or like create a strong partnership at the back. The Sassy also in there. I mean, I don't know why they're selling Chalobah. It baffles me. It really baffles me. I don't know why they're selling the Cobham players. We'll talk about Gallagher to next video. So the defensive frailties are worrying. Against Inter Milan, it was improved, it was better, but the Inter Milan goal, it was so easy for me. I mean, I feel like it was an easy goal to concede. We should have done better in defending that chance, but it didn't happen the way we wanted it to be. So yeah, that is one major thing that I feel like we had issues with. Secondly, another area where I felt that we had issues with was our, I mean, not necessarily everybody in attack, but our ability to take chances. And there were a lot of chances where Madueke, Modric, Nkunku, Gil had chances. Jackson, they had chances where they could score, but they were fumbling it, especially against Real Madrid and City. City, we didn't have that many chances, but the few that we had were not taking them. And then latter part of the game, Sterling and Madueke scored. I think that was when City had made a lot of changes in the team and brought in a lot of reserve players, and that's why we also started pressing them. But that won't happen in the season. They're going to use their first team throughout. Even if they change, they're going to bring better players. They're going to bring good players on, not the reserve team to come and play. That is one issue, because I feel like some of the games where we played, like the game against Celtic, I feel like we could have taken the lead later on, because we came in very strongly, but just fumbled, and then they completely dominated us. And that is one problem we had last season that it seems like we are bringing into this season. I'm really hoping that we don't bring it to this season, because some of our attackers were very sharp. I mean, all the players that I mentioned were very sharp. It's just the final products that we were not seeing. That is the problem. That was the problem in our play, and so it's something that they have to fix. So that is something that I also noticed from the games. We had issues taking our chances. This thing about taking our chances has been there since Lampard's time. Since Lampard took over, we've been talking about taking our chances. It's not been good for the team. It's not been very good for Chelsea. So that is the thing that we need to work on. So that is enough with the bad. Let's talk a little bit about the good. And the good, I just want to highlight certain players that I've seen do very, very well in this preseason. Of course, we didn't see some of the players play, like Palmer, Enzo, and the likes, but yeah, we saw some of them play. And one person that I feel like stood out to me was Nkunku. Nkunku did very, very well, and I'm hoping that it's not like last preseason where he did very well in the preseason, and then when the season came, he had an injury and he was out for a long time. I'm hoping this time we'll see him regularly in the season. He did very well. I mean, he didn't score a lot of goals. I think he scored like 1 or 2 goals, or just 1 goal. I remember him scoring a penalty, and I think that is that. But he did very well. He was very, very sharp. Some of his dribbles, man. Some of his dribbles. I didn't know Nkunku could do that. Some of his dribbles. Even in yesterday's game against Inter Milan, he had a bicycle kick effort that was saved. And I mean, if he's going to be like this in the season, then man, like the season is going to be good. We are going to be eating, because Enzo Maresca's team allows for a lot of chance creation, and that is what we saw in the preseason. We created a lot of chances, but we couldn't score them. That was the problem. But if Nkunku is playing like this and he's able to finish on the chances that we get, I mean, we'll be cooking this season. We'll be eating good this season, and I'm looking forward to what he offers this season. I really want to see him play for a majority of this season and see him do well this season. And then a second player I want to highlight is Mark Gill. Mark Gill has been phenomenal in this season. I mean, his stature, his height, it gives him a better chance at controlling the ball, at winning possession, at winning 50-50s. He's very, very good. And some of his passes, his runs, very good. I mean, he could have scored more goals in this season. I think he scored just one. He also scored just one this preseason, but he has the potential. And yes, there were rumors when we signed him that we'll be loaning him out to Sevilla. I don't think we'll be loaning him anymore. I don't want us to loan him anymore, because he has really proved himself this preseason, and he has done very, very well this preseason. And I want him to stay. I want him to stay at the club this season and help us and help our attack. We have a lot of attackers. That is the thing. That's another issue to with Chelsea. We have a lot of attackers. We don't know who to play, because, like I said, they're all looking sharp in preseason. Even Madueke looking very sharp, but the end product isn't there. Madueke, at least, even though he's looking sharp, he's scoring some goals too as well. But Modric is still struggling. He has a new haircut, makes him look more serious. He looks like he even looks older than with the hair. But yeah, probably he means business this season, and I'm really looking forward to what he does this season. But yeah, Maggie was very good. Malo Gusto, to another player that was excellent throughout this preseason. Some of his, like, the crosses, the runs he makes on the wings, the passes, very good, very, very good. So yeah, those are the highlights. Those are the good players I want to highlight. The defense is not much to write home about. In the defense, like I said, they all had stinkers in the various games that they played. And yeah, and then other good thing too was that our passing was good. Our passing under Maresca was very good. We couldn't pass from the back to save our lives, but when we had the ball in the middle, it was very good. Even like from the middle on to the final third was good. Our passing patterns was very good. Some of the plays that we're making also was very good. So the passing has improved. Tremendously. So if they are able to come abreast with Maresca's style, I feel like this season will be good. So yeah, that's it for the preseason. That's it for my thoughts for the preseason. Maybe something I've missed, so let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know your thoughts on our preseason. What do you feel about it? Was it good? Was it bad? Was it terrible? Was it a disaster? Was it abysmal? Let me know in the comment section down below. And yeah, that's my thoughts on the preseason. I didn't do videos for the individual preseason, so I prefer to do it like this rather. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and if you've not subscribed yet, kindly subscribe. I'm back to making videos regularly again. Give the video a like if you enjoyed it up to the end, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So until then, stay safe.